bring us a boy.
Well, she didn't. She just brought her.
This is a pretty piece of business.
You don't want me? You don't want me because I'm not a boy? I might have known it. Nobody ever did want me.
I got to water the horse.
This is the most tragic thing that has ever happened to me.
Well, we're not going to throw you out tonight at any rate. Now what's your name?
Would you please call me Cordelia?
Call you Cordelia? Is that your name?
It's not exactly my name. Actually, it's Anne. Anne Shirley. But whenever I'm in dire anguish, I always imagine that my name's Cordelia. At least at late years.
Fiddlesticks. If your name is Anne, then that's what you should be called. It's a good, plain, sensible name. You've no need to be ashamed of it.
Well, if you call me Anne, would you be sure to call me Anne spelled with an E?
What difference does it make how it's spelled?
It makes a lot of difference. It just looks so much nicer.
Very well then, Anne with an E. Could you please tell me how this mistake came to be made? We sent word to Mrs. Spencer to bring us a boy. Were there no boys at the orphanage?
Oh yes, an abundance of them. But I distinctly heard Mrs. Spencer ask the matron for a little girl. And the matron says she thought I'd do.
Well, I'm sorry, but a girl would be of no use to us. We wanted a boy to help Matthew on the farm. Take your hat off over there and help me with the table. We'll have supper.
Oh, I can't eat. I can never eat when I'm in the depths of despair. Oh, can you eat when you're in the depths of despair?
I don't know. I've never been there, so I couldn't say.
Marilla, she's tired. Best put her to bed.
Very well, then. Bring your bag and come with me.
Good night, Anne.
Good night? How can you say that when you know very well it's been the worst night I've ever known? Oh, my life is a perfect graveyard of broken hopes.
What was that?
Oh, that's a line I read in a book once. I say it to myself whenever I'm disappointed in anything.
You can sleep in here. Oh, mercy, child. What's the matter?
Oh, a tree of your very own. Imagine.
Oh, it's a big tree and it blooms great, but the cherries don't amount to much. Small and wormy.
Snow Queen.
What?
Oh, that's what I'm going to name it. Snow Queen. Because it reminds me of the blinding vision of the white ray of delight.
You've got a tongue in your head, that's for certain. Now I want you to get undressed.
I'm wearing my very best underwear. The matron at the orphanage said you never know when you get cut up in a train wreck.
Suppose you have a nightgown.
Oh, I do. I have two.
Oh, they look kind of flimsy. You'd best put both of them on. Oh. When you're finished, I want you to say your prayers.
Well, I don't say any prayers.
Don't you know who God is?
Well, yes, but the matron at the orphanage said God made my hair red on purpose, and I've just never cared for him since.
I'm afraid you're a very wicked little girl. This is a Christian house, and while you're in it, you will say your prayers. When you're finished, I want you to blow this candle out. No, on second thought, I'd best wait here till you're finished. You're liable to set the house on fire.
Oh, you can go ahead and take it with you. After I'm done dressing, I'll just lie in bed and imagine out a prayer to say.
Oh, no, child. You must kneel by your bed to pray to your Maker.
All right, then. What am I to say?
Oh, well, now I lay me down to... Child, you best pray to the Lord in your own words.
Dear, gracious, heavenly Father, infinite, eternal, and unchangeable.
Mercy on us! What was that?
did it.
Stop your chattering and get on with your prayers. And use your own words.
Dear God. Oh, Miss Cuthbert, even though I'm not going to stay here, Green Gables, I think I could make a much nicer prayer if I imagined that I am.
Never mind your imaginings. Just thank him humbly for the blessings he's given you.
That would be impossible to do without a vivid imagination. Dear God, thank you for the white way of delight and the Snow Queen. I am truly extremely grateful for them. And that's all the things I can think of just now to thank you for. But as for the things I want, oh, it would take a great deal of time to mention all of those. So I'll only name the two most important. Please let me stay here, Green Gables. And please, make me beautiful when I grow up. I remain yours respectfully, Anne Shirley. There, did I do all right? I'm sure I could have made it much more flowery.
So badly we needed a boy. We clearly requested a boy.
What they wanted,
I guess that a girl's not
So badly we needed a boy.
Could help out on the
enough
farm.
would look after itself.
Selfish to think of
Myself, I am partial to boys.
Dinner's coming. Just sit out there and suck on your fingers till then. All right, you. What's your name?
I'm the Lady Cordelia de Montmorency, abducted by gypsies when I was 3.
Anne,
My name is Anne. Anne Shirley.
That's better. Just the facts.
Tell her where you were born and who your folks were.
I was born in a palace in old Vienna. Danubian waltzes, my lullabies. My father was Johann with great mustaches. My mother Maria with emerald eyes.
Where did you say you were born?
My dear parents were rich and aristocratic, with 10 maids and butlers to bring them tea. And we had a carriage with footmen on it, and all of them curtsied and bowed to me.
I need to put it into words. Matthew and I have decided. We've decided to keep you. That is, if you'll be a good little girl and you'll help Matthew on the farm. Oh, mercy. Child, why are you crying?
I don't know why I'm crying, Marilla. I'm so happy. Happy doesn't seem to be the right word at all. It's much more than that.
Well, when you find the right word, we'll have supper.
Oh, I know who that is.
Come in, Rachel.
I saw you drive by in the buggy, Marilla, so I thought I'd best come over. Whatever happened to the boy?
Well, we changed his mind. No, her mind. What I'm trying to say is, we wanted a girl, so we got one.
Anne, this is Mrs. Lynde come to see you. Isn't that nice of her?
Well. I saw by the pigtails flying by in the buggy that you hadn't got what you expected. Come over here, child. Let me have a look at you. Well, they didn't pick you out for your looks, that's sure and certain. Did you ever see such freckles? And hair as red as carrots?
Why, how dare you call me ugly? And how dare you call me freckled and red-headed?
Anne,
How would you like to have
to Mrs. Lynde at once and ask her to forgive you.
I could never do that. I'm sorry I vexed your name, Miss Cuthbert, but I'm glad I said what I did. Gave me great satisfaction. Well, did you ever see the like?
And surely you will go straight upstairs to your room and you will not come down until you're willing to apologize.
Well, you have taken on quite a responsibility there, Marilla. I don't envy anyone that has to bring that up.
You shouldn't have twitted her about her looks, Rachel.
You don't mean to tell me that you are upholding that terrible display of temper, Marilla.
I'm not trying to excuse her, but she's never been taught what is right, and you were hard on her.
Well, see, I have to be careful what I say around here in future, seeing as the fine feelings of orphans, brought in from goodness knows where, have to be given first consideration.
Rachel, you haven't had your tea. So just sit right down and wait until she's willing to apologize.
Well, if you take my advice, Marilla, me, who's had 10 children and buried 2, you won't wait for anything. You will go right outside and cut yourself a good-sized spanking switch.
And Lady Cordelia.
Mr. Cuthbert,
Don't you think you'd better get this off your chest and just get it over with?
you can lock me up in a damp, dark dungeon. I don't care.
Well, we're not in the habit of doing that. Come on down. Marilla's dreadful determined. You know you're going to have to say you're sorry sooner or later.
She hadn't any right to call me freckled and redheaded.
Well, I heard you say so yourself, only yesterday.
Humble pie, we can eat it, you and I. Though the world around us may be proud.
Never mind, you will find they have no fight.
If you're polite
right.
and answer their questions
With a smile all the while, try to walk that second mile. Turn the other cheek against the crowd.
You can do it if you try it. Why not try my steady diet?
We'll be happy eating humble pie.
Squirrel! Oh.
You go.
Try this step.
I already know that one.
Very good, very good.
Matthew, what's going on out there?
Better go back.
Mercy, child, what are you doing up here?
I've been wrestling with my soul, Marilla, and I'm ready to confess to Mrs. Lynde that I'm sorry.
Very well then, come with me. Matthew! Matthew, come in here!
Yes?
I want you to see what a little discipline can do.
Mrs. Lynde, oh, Mrs. Lynde, you have been wronged and I have sinned. My very soul is so chagrined. I preserve the human race. Just make my headstone commonplace and print my name in lowercase without an E. Just leave a space. Please, Mrs. Lynde, my rage rescind. Oh, Mrs. Lynde, my hopes are pinned on Mrs. Lynde. I'm out of wind. Please, Mrs. Lynde. Thank you, ma'am.
Hello, Anne.
You have a perfectly lovely name. Diana is my favorite heathen goddess.
Diana is a very nice little girl, and her mother is very particular about who she plays with. Drink your orange juice, child. I don't want you to be late for school. And here's...
Ready? 1, 2, ready, go.
The homework gotta be done. Thinking of spelling bee, that's fun. Thinking of arithmetic on the slate. Thinking of recess and late school again. School again. School again.
Next, so next, look.
School again.
All rise.
Heavenly, we love thee, to thee we pledge our alma mater. Heads and hearts forever, for we know that you are grand.
2, 3, 4.
Heavenly, above thee we'll raise our loyal sons and daughters, banners of sincere endeavor over Prince Edward Island.
Settle down! Settle down! Settle down! Let's get on with the work I gave you yesterday,
Oh, Anne, don't bother Mr. Phillips now. He's busy.
But he doesn't even know I'm here, Diana.
Well, he doesn't know any of us is here. He spends all his time with that prissy Andrews. He's getting her ready to try for a scholarship. Well, at least that's what he says he's doing.
What are the rest of us supposed to do?
Finish up the work we didn't do yesterday.
But I wasn't here yesterday.
Oh, I know, you lucky thing. Why don't you draw something funny on your slate?
Why, Gilbert Blythe, you dirty little...
All right, class, settle down. It's time to concentrate now. Concentrate.
That boy teases Josie Pye something terrible. She's dead gone on him. He's awfully handsome, isn't he? His name is Gilbert Blythe.
I think he's awfully bold. So when does Mr. Phillips start teaching the rest of us, Diana?
Soon as he straightens out Prissy Andrews.
Hey, what are these? Carrots?
What do you mean, hateful boy? How dare you!
And just who is this strange girl?
My name is Anne Shirley, sir. I'm new. I have a note.
And just what does this mean?
It was my fault, sir. I teased her.
Sit down, Blythe. I'm sorry to see a new student displaying such a vindictive spirit. What did you say your name was?
Anne Shirley, sir? Anne spelled with an E.
Yes. Class, repeat after me. Anne Shirley has a very bad temper.
Anne Shirley has a very bad temper.
Anne Shirley must learn to control her temper.
Oh, please, sir. She spelled my name wrong. She forgot the E.
You must learn to control your tongue as well as your temper. Go and sit with Blythe. Did you hear what I said?
Yes, but I didn't suppose you really meant it.
I assure you I did. You will obey me at once. Class, repeat after me. Anne Shirley has a very bad temper.
Anne Shirley has a very bad temper.
Anne Shirley must learn to control her temper.
Anne Shirley must learn to control her temper.
Moody, Spurgeon, McPherson, come here. Here. What have you got in your mouth, Moody? Have you been chewing pine gum again?
No, sir. I was just soaking a prune for recess.
Little Tommy. Sandwich.
Sandwich. S-A-M-W-I-T-C-H.
Very good, Tommy. Except for everything that was wrong! S-A-N-D-W-I-C-H. Sandwich. Who would like to spell cat? Miss Andrews.
Cat. Q-U-A-T.
That's correct. That's correct. Who would like to spell Mississippi, Miss Pine.
Mississippi. M-I-S-S-I-P-Y-E. Mississippi.
Very incorrect. Let's see what our new girl has to offer.
Mississippi. M-I-S-S-I-S-S-I-P-P-I. Mississippi.
Yes, that's correct. All right, that's enough for this morning. Recess. All except for Blythe and the new girl. The rest of you dismiss in an orderly fashion.
Wait,
Orderly fashion! Orderly fashion! Gilbert, you will erase the blackboard. New girl. On your slate, you will write out 127 times, I will learn to control my temper.
But my slate's broken, sir.
Well, I don't care how you do it, but you will do it.
One, two, three.
Did you hear? Did you hear?
Tell me everything, my dear. I promise you I'll never tell a soul. Why, there ought to be a law.
That's exactly what I saw.
She took the slate and suddenly went berserk.
Cross my heart, hope to die. Have I ever told a lie?
She's a terror, she's a Tartar, she's a Turk. Did you hear? Did you hear?
Tell me everything, my dear, and I promise you I'll never tell a soul. Why, I crash her when she's caught.
That's exactly what I thought.
You say the doctor had to take a stitch? 3 or 4, maybe more.
I was watching from the door.
She's a monster. She's a fury. She's a witch. She has sent her cow for Gilbert Blythe. It's as plain can be. But if she wants him, she will have to deal with me. Did you hear? Did you hear? Tell me everything, my dear. You can trust me, and you know my lips are sealed. Did you hear? Did you hear?
Tell us everything, my dear, and we promise it will never be revealed.
They should put the girl away. That's exactly what I say.
You mean she went and split his skull in two?
I was there, and I swear there was blood just everywhere. She's a vixen. She's a hussy. Who?
We don't want her kind in Avonlea, and I hope she leaves tonight. If they expel her, then I'll tell her serves you right.
Good afternoon, ladies. Good afternoon, Rachel.
Marilla, heaven knows I am no gossip, but I thought you ought to be the first to know.
Did you hear? Did you hear? I will never fear. You always have a little bit of news.
Well, I never, did you ever? I suppose she thinks she's clever. He'll be marked for life with such an awful bruise.
In the schoolroom, split his head.
I think Gilbert's good as dead.
He was took by motor car to Charlottetown.
She's a piece of Satan's finest handiwork. She's a vixen.
She's a hussy. She's a terror. She's a
Cuthbert, but I just came over to make amends to Anne for what I did.
For what you did? I thought it was her who had done it to you.
Well, it was nothing really. I teased her in school and she got the blame. But it was all my fault.
So, how's your brain pan?
My what, sir?
You know, the part of you that's split wide open with 4 doctors picking at you.
I think someone's been giving you a story, Mr. Cuthbert.
Uh-huh.
It's my fault. I shouldn't have listened to those gossips that hang around the Blair store.
And we must make sure Mrs. Barry gets the story straight, too. And I don't see any reason why Anne can't go to that Sunday school picnic.
Could I, Marilla?
Would it be all right if she went with me? I take good care of her and I bring her back home on time.
Well, I'd want somebody to be responsible for her.
I will not. If I go at all, I shall accompany Miss Diana Barry.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Spelled with an E.
What a thrill, Diana. I never thought I could actually win.
Oh, when Gilbert held on backside, you'd be sure to be the first one in.
How humiliating.
But I think he wants to be your beau.
Oh, I shall hate Gilbert Blythe till I die.
That's good, because he's mine.
He is not.
He is too.
It's ready.
Now it's frozen to the core. Now's the time. My arm is getting sore. Here's the moment we've been waiting.
first taste of ice cream.
Gilbert Blythe! Why, I'll just... Ice cream. It's marvelous and mysterious. Ice cream.
Ice cream is wonderful on a summer's afternoon. Enjoy ice cream.
Six cameras, like, keep recording. All these, like, links.
I wonder if it's working. Wouldn't that be nice if it did? If this video that they're making turned out really good. Yeah, I'm evidence. See,
Doing homework.
here's the supervision, and there's all the boys and girls in each other's rooms down there.
I tried already and I had to remove it.
Rob says a new thing every night.
Yeah.
Patrick, there's that feminine side of you I didn't know about.
I couldn't even do that.
Now you got videos.
Yeah, what's with that? I can't believe a little girl like you would hold a cup that big.
Just
I want to go to sleep at like 7 o'clock.
When?
Today. No, wait. I don't know.
When are you going to go to sleep?
When I get home.
Yeah, oh yeah, okay, but that'll be 10:30.
I know. I wish it was 7 though.
Mr. Nickel on camera. He has me on camera. Well, this will be cool to watch at like the same time. That'd be weird.
Hey, do you like to have your picture done, don't you? How's Miss Stacy? Good. You were awesome last night.
Mr. Nickel, I'm losing my voice so harshly.
And stop talking.
It's against my nature.
Yeah, I noticed that.
Raised my hand once. I never did show and tell once. I didn't speak unless I was spoken to. I was so scared to speak. I would cry if a stranger looked at me.
Caroline, I used to cry when company came over.
So,
I've changed from like...
so where did you develop your self-confidence?
I don't
It
know.
was through
I
your
was
class,
more
Mr. Nickel.
Oh, thank you.
I don't know.
I doubt
I
that.
would say like grade 9. I really... Right answer.
Yeah, right answer. I got bonus marks right there.
No, I was always hyper, but I was about grade 9. I actually didn't care what people thought. I started running around the halls going, rah, rah!
By being friends. Sorry about that thing I said about your hair that time. I only meant it for a joke. So can we be friends?
No, Gilbert Blythe. Never.
Well, fine then. I don't care either. Carrots. Come on, Josie, let's go.
Loyal and true, truer than blue, all our life through, we two. Like a fly sticks to glue, we'll stick together, just me and you, just you and me, just you and I. That's how it must be. Now we're kindred spirits, faithful and true, like an old shoe, all our life through, we two.
I'm not. My name is Miss Muriel Stacy, and I'm going to be your new teacher. Mr. Phillips won't be coming back.
Why not?
I believe he has another job, a better paying one, at the feed store.
I heard you had to marry Chrissy Andrews.
My, what a bright sunny morning.
Knows how calm a queen be. Roll the roll, take off the blinkers, let in the daylight. Our things they clean and they clean. What is the sunlight made of?
Why, it's made out of energy, and it's coming at you at the rate of 186,000 miles a second.
Gee willikers, I never knew that.
In your hands, reach for the stars.
How does a monster
Yes.
fertilize?
You like it, astound you. What makes the animal sing? Open your heart to now we will start to learn everything. Now, our first class today will be no, not yet.
Algebra?
Later. Open the window, sweep out the cobwebs, Open your mind to what is going on all around. Look at the sunlight, What is it made of? How can it make the flowers jump right out of the ground? Take off the blinkers, let in the daylight, tear down the fences, use five senses,
When he asked her to, I guess she meant to, but you know how Marilla is.
Now don't you go anywhere, Anne. I'll need you upstairs in just a minute. And not a word out of you, mind.
I could almost imagine Marilla's being mysterious.
Wait, she has a surprise for you.
What is it? Did Marilla make me a new dress?
Well, now I'm not supposed to say.
Marilla made me a new dress. I know it. She did, didn't she?
Oh, Anne, upstairs.
And remember, I never told you.
Had some material left over, so I made you a nice sash along with your new dress. Well, how do you like it?
I can imagine that I like it.
Well, I don't want you to imagine. What's wrong with it? It's new, isn't it?
Yes, I suppose so.
Well, then why don't you like it? It's sensible and it's serviceable. I think that you should be grateful.
I'm grateful, Marilla. I'd just be ever so much more grateful if you'd make it with puffed sleeves.
Fiddlesticks.
Everybody else at school has them.
Those ridiculous-looking things?
Well, now, Marilla, look here.
Look where?
Marilla, why don't we...
Why don't we what?
Well, why shouldn't she...
Exactly. Why shouldn't she? I prefer these plain, sensible things.
Now, Marilla, if we could... Oh, if she should... Oh, you can't just take a girl and...
Matthew Cuthbert, I don't know what you're trying to say, but whatever it is, keep it to yourself. This is a woman's affairs. Just stay out of it. I'm afraid you're a very vain little girl.
How can I be vain when I know I'm homely?
How sweet, just like the big folks. They soon will be big folks. My Josie's been growing up so fast, just like skunk cabbage in the night.
You know, I saw the pair of them, Anne and Diana, coming home from school the other day, growing like 60. Now, I've always said that Barry girl was a beauty. But let me tell you, Marilla Cuthbert, I was wrong about your Anne. I was wrong, and I'll admit it in front of the ladies of the executive. It's not often that I'm wrong, but I was, and I'm glad of it. Why, it's nothing short of a marvelous improvement we've seen in our Anne. Really good-looking she's getting to be. Oh, why, here you are now. How are you, Anne?
I'm well in body, although considerably rumpled in spirit. Thank you, ma'am.
Isn't she polite? Is that a new dress you're wearing? What color would you say that is, Marilla?
It's bottle green.
I don't think it quite suits the child.
Sell us or some.
Why don't we have a meeting outside? It's such a nice day today. Miss Barry will be along any minute now. I'll see to the ladies, Anne. You take care of Diana. You may open that little yellow crock of a wish. Yes, that's more presentable. You may finish the raspberry cordial if you wish, too. Look just fine, considering... And that sash, it does a good job of hiding her hair. The cordial's on the second shelf. Afternoon, Diana. Miss Barry. It's such a nice day, we thought we'd have the meeting outside.
I'll join you in a minute. Come along, Diana. Good afternoon, Mrs. Barry. Miss Barry.
Why, thank you, Anne. What do you say, Diana?
Anne! Oh, your hair! You put it up! Oh, it looks just like the pompadour on the mannequin in that window in Charlottetown. Oh, Mother, when can I wear my hair like that?
Not for another 2 years, dear. You know that.
Well, can I at least get a sash for my hair like Anne has?
We'll see, dear.
Miss Barry, we're about to begin the meeting now.
Behave yourself, Diana.
The minutes of the last meeting will now be read by Ms. MEI.
Oh, Anne, I envy you. I really do. I'm positively green.
Well, won't you please have a seat, Diana? And please, have some of Marilla's raspberry cordial.
Oh, this is going to be fun. We can pretend we're grown up and say things to each other that we really don't mean. Oh. Do you suppose Rachel, Lynde, and Marilla did this when they were little girls?
I don't think I can imagine Mrs. Lynde or Marilla as little girls. Even my imagination has its limitations. Have some more cordial. And I'll get the cake. It's in the kitchen. I baked it myself, so I hope it's all right. Last time I baked for the minister and his wife when they came over, and instead of vanilla extract, I used horse liniment by mistake.
May I have some more cordial, please?
Of course, help yourself. There we are. Oh dear, but too much starch in these napkins. I made a plate of taffy too, except Marilla made me throw it out. One of the cats from the barn walked all over it. I don't think you would have noticed, except for the rather interesting design.
Kindred spirits, just you and me, ever to be.
I'm so glad you feel that way, Diana.
This is awfully nice cordial, Anne. It's ever so much nicer than my aunt's. And she brags of her Josephine ever so much. Doesn't taste a bit like hers.
Oh, Diana, that's all right. I'll get a cloth in the kitchen. This'll have to do.
Oh, like a plastic stick glue. We'll stick together, just me and you. I'll swear at you and you'll swear at me. Why, we'll swear at we. Diana! Hello, Mother. What has happened to my child? I think she's squiffing. I think she's been poisoned. I think I'm gonna be sick.
Don't worry, Mrs. Barry, I can handle it.
Anne, where did you get this bottle?
On the second shelf where you told me.
How much of it did she drink?
3, maybe 4 tumblers full. Diana! Diana!
Afraid it's my fault. I forgot to bring the cordial up from the root cellar. Your child has been drinking currant wine.
Wine? Why, Marilla Cuthbert? You always said your current wine would not have the least effect on anybody. You even gave it to the minister's wife.
Yes, but she didn't drink 4 tumblers full of it at a time. However, that's the last of it, you'll be glad to know. I'd best get rid of it here and now.
Marilla, I think we might be able to help
need a harness, 'twas offered for sale in your brand new catalog. It pulls at your mouth and fits under your tail and gives you a real smart jog.
I'll fetch it.
Perfect!
Good day. Good day.
Good morning, ladies. What can I do for you?
Have you got a garment that's offered for sale in your new spring almanac?
It takes all the flesh that you have in the front and moves it around in back.
That's a cinch. Here, try this on your player piano. Why, Mr. Cuthbert, what can I do for you?
Well, is Mr. Blair anywheres about?
Mr. Blair? Why, no, he's gone for the day.
The day. Oh dear.
Step over here, I'm at your service. What can I do for you?
Well,
Please don't be nervous, I've nothing else to do.
I want some puff.
Puff?
How's that again, Matthew?
Have you got puff?
Pipe tobacco.
I'll wrap a tin of old church.
No, I want puff.
Kerosene oil.
Coming right up one truck.
Have you got puff?
Paris perfume.
Right now we're all out of stock.
No, I want puff.
Pickle preserves. Coming up one truck.
Our only aim in life is but to please you. A general store is just a place to meet the needs of the human race.
What I really came for, I really can't say. It's more like, oh dear.
Potatoes! They're on special today. Cecil, come here and help.
Now that's what I really wanted.
Prunes.
Pink pill.
Peppercorns.
Peaches. Pears. Plums.
Pitchforks!
At this time of year,
Our only aim in life is but to please you. A general store is just a place to meet the needs of the human race.
put down 6 and carry 2. Is there anything else I can do for you?
Rachel. Excuse me, ladies. Rachel.
Now, let's see what we've got here.
Paraffin oil. Pink tobacco.
Pickle preserves.
Peppercorns. Potatoes.
The very thing. Puffed sleeves.
Puff sleeves!
Puffed sleeves.
Mr. Phillips and Prissy, or should I say Mrs. Phillips, I'm sure we're going to be very proud of our Avonlea scholars. Why, Prissy, isn't it grand they got up a concert this evening?
I am the spirit of Canada, but 40 years young. What? I am the spirit of Canada, but 40 years young. I am the spirit of Canada, but 40 years young. And my story goes back to the Ice Age, from whence our first people sprung. Thank you. During the Ice Age, Canada slept. Her virgin soil lay undisturbed, except for the odd Eskimo in his igloo home of ice and snow.
My name is Maklaka.
Left their mark upon this island of ours, this earth, this realm, this precious jewel, set in a silver gulf.
Prince Edward Island, the heart of the world.
Why,
You? What about me? I saw her first. If it hadn't been for me, she wouldn't be here tonight. When I found her, she was waiting by the station door. Didn't have a tape describing just where she was headed for. She'd have gone back C-O-D if it had